Hi, good evening everyone. I'm continuing this awesome series of the Talmud, of the Daf Yomi. We are on page 103, Kuf Gimel, naturally, here in Masechet Bava Kamma at the moment. Fantastic achievement, already 102 pages, and we're talking all about, in a way, extra piousness in today's Daf. Chassidut, you could talk about. Now, as a preface, I'm not talking about Chassidim like we see nowadays, wearing the strimals or with long peyot, or with the black hats, or black and white. No, we're not talking about that. A chassid is also in the Torah terminology a person that goes beyond the law within regards to mitzvot and keeping the Torah. Someone that does extra over here. So it's not necessarily about the dress code or the community someone belongs to. It is actually just him in himself that he is a chassid. And one time there was a story that actually was related over. There was an extra righteous Jew, a chassid, that actually came before a great rabbi, Rabbi Tarfon, with a problem over here. What was the problem? What was the puzzle, let's just say? What was his issue? Why was he agitated? This chassid, this extra pious Jew, purchased something from one of two sellers without making payment and did not remember to whom he owed money to. He wasn't too sure. Rabbi Tarfon instructed him to simply place the purchase money in front of both of them and let them settle between themselves. It will be, if you put it in front of the two of them over here, naturally the one that's owed the money is going to grab it, and the other one, he doesn't know why the money is there, so he's not necessarily going to take it. So that was, let's just say, the litmus test to figure. However, a question actually arises as to what Rabbi Tarfon would have ruled in another case, in which, let's say, for example, a buyer had been challenged by one of the sellers and had taken an oath of denial only to later admit that he was lying. In such an event, concludes Talmud, the Gemara in that case, Rabbi Tarfon would have ruled that he is obligated to pay both of them, as we see inside the Mishnah previously, in the Mishnah case, of someone who steals from one of five people and falsely swears in denial. The conclusion is based on the assumption that in the case of the chassid, there was no false oath taken, since we cannot imagine such a righteous Jew over here taking a false oath. We can't, it's unfathomable. But perhaps a challenge is offered. He became a chassid only after committing this sin and repenting over here. So we actually know that the refutation of this challenge is based on the tradition that whenever a chassid is mentioned inside the Gemara, it is a reference to two great rabbis, Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava or Rabbi Yehuda bar Rabbi Leloy over here. But I hope that I pronounced it. Both of whom were especially righteous even from the very beginning. While the title Chassid, which was used in the Gemara account, is limited to those two sages specifically, it does seem that one who has committed even such a great sin as of taking a false oath, which is very, very harsh, one should not, it's a very severe sin, he is still eligible to be called a Chassid after repenting. So that's the greatness of doing teshuvah. If someone, God forbid, is going to transgress, they can still be make full teshuvah. So I'd like to dedicate this to a few righteous individuals. Firstly, to Chaya Fega bat Rachel and Rachel bat Esther, and also please